Hey fellas, 265 Chevy here, this one big ol' ass house. How y'all doing today? Today's Friday. I think like November, 11th? Yeah, November 11th I think it is. But we in the attic today. I just came up here to make a video. I know in my other video, I told y'all that I was gonna show y'all one of the projects that I'm doing. And so came up here to make a video of this. Okay, during the day I'm actually working outside or in the kitchen or whatever, or the kitchen's finished now. Besides what I'm about to do today, I'll make videos of that while I'm doing it, doing that table bottom. But at nighttime, say around 5:30, 6 o'clock after it gets dark, I come up here and I work up here. I put in 3, 4, 5 hours. Pretty much every day, if I can. Me and we'll have nothing planned. But I come up here and what you can see, there's a lot of stuff up here. And what my intentions are, see all this wood that I brought from downstairs. First of all, that back wall, see if I can get out the glare. See that back wall right there? I'm actually gonna plywood that. That was from a project a couple of years ago. We insulated the house. So on the inside, I'm gonna put plywood all on the back wall to seal it all up. And then up here, which they got rafters that run from side to side, I can walk all underneath there. But what I'm gonna do up there is actually, I'm gonna put 2x4s all the way across so I can be able to screw, but I'm gonna deck that. I'm gonna put a deck up there, and that can be able to use for more storage. The whole attic. Now, this project is normally gonna be done during the winter because it's bearable up here during the winter. During the summer, it's really hot, and so during the winter, I can come up here and I can do some work or whatever, things that I'm doing in the house and stuff like that. I could do at nighttime. I'm not in my garage freezing my butt off. I already put all the floor down. This is the floor that I had to rip up, a lot of it, so I can run wires and stuff like that we had to do to rewire in the back part of the house. That I had to rip all that up, so all that's back down. So I screwed all that down. I've been probably working on this for about a week already. But what a lot of it entails is moving stuff out the way so I can do the work and then I'll be able to put it back. My whole idea about this project is actually about storage. You can see, like over here, right there, those are like weatherboards and stuff like that I use during other projects outside, which there's more that need to be done. And I save those pieces of stuff because, not all pieces have to be long in length. A lot of parts on this house, you got little short pieces and stuff. So all that kind of stuff could be reused and, some money saved. It's all about, for me, it's all about saving money and using everything that I can use. All this wood right here was when I built the scaffold for outside, so I'm going to reuse this lumber to do this project up here. Now up there, I'm going to have to reinforce the roof line because I'm going to have to cut out some of these rafters so I could get up there to store stuff up there, whatever that may be. Also, the lighting up in here is very bad, so I'm going to put lighting, which I used to build the lighting in my garage, which I have a bunch of it left, which is all right here. So I'll put lighting up there, and I'll put lighting over here, and we'll be able to light up this place to see what we have and what, what we, to look for stuff, I guess you could say. I just want to be able to make this a lot easier so I can find things, because I got a lot of car parts that I store up here. This is all parts for the Firebird. These are all parts over here. I know it's kind of dark, fellas, I'm sorry. And over here is all kind of parts for the Chevelle. Matter of fact, all the parts for the Chevelle. Fenders, doors, hoods, stuff like that. Seats, headers, motor parts, a lot of body parts, stuff like that. That's all up here. So I got to be able to get to it and be able to, sort through it. And I can actually, like during the winter, I'm going to build me a 4x8 table. So it'll be a nice work table. That's going to be coming in the near future. Because I got to build that so when I cut this plywood up here, I have somewhere to put the plywood on so I can cut it and do all the things I need to do with that. So I wanted to show y'all this because I told you I would make a video of some of the projects that's ongoing. Like I said, this project don't really takes too much money because I saved a lot of the lumber and a lot of the things that I had before, which is really a pain in the butt to do because I really don't have a place to save it. I mean, I don't live in the country, so I don't have, I can build, extra sheds or have a nice big garage or whatever, 30 by 40 or 40 by 60 or anything like that to store stuff in. So I got to use what I can. And then in the meantime, while I'm doing all this, I'm gonna purge this place, get rid of all the stuff that not going to be used. I mean, I have a lot of stuff that other things that me and my wife were into, like back there, which y'all really can't see. There's all kind of aquariums and everything. Me and my wife used to be into raising Siamese fighting fish and going to different shows and stuff like that, and breed them and raise them and then show them, and so we would go to Houston and different places in the South that would have better shows and stuff, and that was a lot of fun. But we kind of, after Katrina, we lost all our stock, all our fish died, because I mean a month without be able to take care of them. When we got back home a month later, we saved some of them, but renovation of the house, and we really don't have the room to do that anymore. So if I was living in the country, I would build a nice little room or whatever, and continue that, because I really enjoyed that, but can't really do that anymore. So as I go, I'll purge, get rid of things, sell things, put it on Craigslist. If it sells, great. If it don't sell, then I'll just throw it away, get rid of it, or ask somebody if they want it. But that's pretty much all up here. So I pretty much come do this, in the afternoon, and then my wife will tell me it's time to eat. So I go down to eat. If I still feel like working, I'll come up in here and do a few more hours, and then go down, take a shower, and go sit down, watch a little YouTube videos, and get ready for the next day. So, this is what I'm doing up here. It's a lot of work, but in the long run, it'll be very beneficial, because the way I look at it, organization is very important, that you know where things are. You don't have to look for them, because if you got to look for them, the best thing to do is just go buy whatever you need. But if you do know where they are and everything's organized, then you can go up to it. You get, your projects, whatever you do, are not as expensive, and you can bring the cost down because you already have the stuff. Especially when you own a house. Well, I don't own this house. My mother still owns this house, but but with a house this big, you're always going to need lumber. You're always going to need things to be fixed and stuff like that. You know, like over here I got glass and, you know, stuff that I can recut and put new panes in, and when they break and stuff like that, and I don't have to go out and buy it. So, you know, it's easy to do it that way. Just go to the store and buy it. Come back home, put it in. It's a little bit more work to take the glass out and cut it, you know, and because sometimes it fails and aggravates you and everything else like that. So this afternoon, I'll be clearing out this area right here. You know, moving it out. I had to clear out that area over there. So there's a lot of moving things around. And then while you're moving things around, you kind of look at stuff and say, oh, okay, I know where, okay, I forgot where this was. And then you can kind of organize it so you can kind of put everything, you know, tools or things that you forgot that you had, and put it all back together. But, you know, like here's a distributor for the Chevelle that I redid. So, you know, and during the winter, it's comfortable up here when you work. It's cold, but it's not freezing cold, you know, and during the summer, it's really hot and you really can't really do too much, but it's more comfortable to work in the garage back then when it's hot. That's what I'm gonna be doing up here in the afternoon. It's a big project, you know, like all these shelves and everything what you see here, all these shelves will probably be moved on that side. So I'm gonna make a complete middle of because this is where I'm gonna cut the rafters out. So I'll be able to get into that part and deck it and all and throw up. The hardest part is gonna be getting the materials up here, you know, the plywood and stuff like that, which I'll buy, but then I'll hire some laborers and pay them, you know, a decent amount. And because I know it's a job that people don't want to do, but I don't want to do it. I mean, it's just, you know, 2 flights of stairs, stuff like that. I'll just rather hire some youngsters and pay them and let them bring up about 18 to 20 sheets. And then have it up here and do what I need to do. But, you know, one step at a time. As I'm doing, I'm cleaning everything out, cleaning the floors, sweeping everything, vacuuming, just to get it somewhat, you know, a lot more cleaner. So you don't get all dirty and filthy when you're up here. And that's about it, fellas. But right now we're 3 stories in the air, which you see how high we up. But I like it up here. I hung up here when I was a kid a lot, goofed off with a bunch of friends, used to destroy all kind of stuff up here. So I got a lot of good memories up here. I love this old attic. Used to be scared when I was a child. I used to be really scared. I would look up here. I thought it had monsters and ghosts up here. But it's I like being up here. It's a good place to get away from everybody and just do your little thing. But you know, and I'll run some air up here. You know, run a line from downstairs from the compressor and stuff like that, just to be able to, you know, work on some car parts or a wood project, or, you know, maybe staining some furniture or stripping some casings or whatever. That all could be done up here during the winter. You don't have to go outside and freeze. You'll be out the wind and stuff like that. So, all right, fellas. So this one. I'm about to go downstairs and bring all my products and everything that I bought for that project. I'll show you that project when I go downstairs, what I'm going to be doing with that. And we'll continue the journey of getting things done. And then after I can get everything done, me and my wife discussed that I'm actually going to start working on the Firebird after all these little other projects that I had to tear apart to get the kitchen done, which wound up being a way bigger project than what I thought. This one wasn't the kitchen, it was fixing all kind of other things. After I finish all those projects, to catch that part of it up to all that's finished, you know, because my motto now is to finish what I start, not to try to start anything more. Now this I started more because this is something I could do at night. It's a totally different project from what, you know, and this is to my leisure. And then if I don't get it done this winter, then I'll wait the next one and get it done. But I can get some of it done. That can help me out with what I want to do, like build a table. The table goes here. If I can, you know, put a lot of the sheeting on the back side of this part, then I can start filling up this part. I got to, you know, build some poles down to the deck, you know, to hold the extra, the weight up there, because it's going to be a little bit more weight bearing up there. So, you know, it's going to be a little overkill because that's the way I usually do things, but I know it won't fail, because you definitely don't want your roof line to fail, especially on an old structure. But I'm pretty sure that this stuff is all pretty solid and everything. I shouldn't have any problems with that. But you know, I'll run some, you know, 2x6s or 2x4s up to the rafters to hold the weight going up, and I'll run a couple of 2x4s, double 2x4s down from the bottom to the floor to hold the weight up that way also. So I'll show y'all, as you know, if I get things done here. But I'm glad that I got all the floor back patched in, you know, because I had holes all in the floor. You can see here where I had to cut all that out, you know, just to run wire. I had to nail all that back down. Plus, I got to have places to store my Craigslist finds, you know. You know, I'm a Craigslist junkie. So, you know, this is a place where I could put tools that I normally don't use too much. I could store them up here, so it'll be out of my garage. It'd be easy to keep the garage clean. You know, you don't need everything in your garage. You know, if you're not going to use it in a year or 6 months or whatever, it's best to store it somewhere that you can just come get it and bring it down and use it and clean it and put it back in its place. All right, fellas, I don't want this to be too long because this is not a very interesting video, but I told y'all that I would, and so I did. Y'all have a good day. I'll make a video of what I'm about to start. I just got to get everything downstairs. Later.